Hey guys, Justin here. I'm in Victoria Park right now, and for more routes now is for real train replacement, which is replaced at the 907. The number is now no longer 907. They've changed all of the stands now. Is 905 between Perth and Victoria Park for the train replacement when they need to actually shut this track off all the way. Normally it's just like park to Armadale or Thornlie for the shutdown, but when they need to do maintenance on this track that has trains running like today, then they will have this running to Perth City. But unfortunately, that's actually on the weekdays. That's why they will terminate outside of Perth Station instead of going inside the Busport. Let's get on board. 3387. All right, this driver is actually one of the happiest driver of all times. Mostly, I send him. He's actually one of the higher rankings drivers because sometimes he does coordinates at stations. So I usually see him quoting Unibus Station, which he always asks the people when they're crossing the road, don't walk over to the crosswalk, please. They always said that. He always just said that. And he also very nice. He greets everyone when he go on board. He's like, good afternoon. And when we leave, like when we have a great afternoon, like that. Very, very happy driver. Right, next is Burswood. It's Welsh Pool 33 here. This is not doing gas bus on this. And also why this is by path, like why? End off the 908, then it's just stop there and then go back another 908, and then people need to come over here and take the 905. Why not just do 908 and then the same driver just go and do 905, you know? And also actually Mark just sent me a photo. Yes, Mandra line, LS pattern, gone. Yes, LS pattern is now gone. It's not on the thing anymore. 2817 on the 907. There are no more LS pattern on the Mandra line. It is now gone, and it's gone for good now, finally. Oh man, after 5 months. It's literally 5 months actually. Yes, around 5 months. Lakeland Station open, LS pattern all time, and now it's gone. Nice. And next is Burswood 38 gas bus. Okay. Now this is the same path, but we turn onto Great Eastern Highway at the front later on to go to Burswood Station. Well, yep. All of these stops we don't stop, so that's right. 905 service. Now we're not going into the Busport, but the bus will go into the Busport just to loop around because need to turn back. And there's a big park transfer already, literally. The next stop is Burswood. There are someone getting off because I know one lady is for sure getting off. So, and literally it's just at the front is a big park transfer, but we're gonna turn right here. This is basically where the event bus actually goes. So to Great Eastern Highway, 930, continuous route 210 over there. Actually, almost all the 930s will be having a continuous route to something on it. Because I think like 2 out of the 6 services in the hour would not have a continue thing, but most other ones will be all having a continuous route something. Bus turns left here. But this one's a legit train replacement, so that's why. It's just stopping at the stations. It's just all the same stop as the 907 from before, but it's not running 907 now. They call it 905. Which 907 is now considered as a normal route now. It's not a train replacement, so. onto Great Eastern Highway. And I think we just go straight, isn't it? Yeah, I think we just go straight. We got 9:05 going to the depot. That's the early bus that we saw drive by 27:15 on the 9:05. Just finished his shift, now it's going back to Redcliffe Depot. Yep, here's Burswood Station. Which from here is just basically the old path for the train replacement. No difference. Yep, here's Burswood Station. People waiting there. So it's like double the time if you take Thornlie Line. Here's Crown. Try to get as many of these routes filmed, and then tomorrow I'm flying back to Hong Kong. So yeah, here you go. No staff here to help, so at Burswood. Well, that wasted so much time there, and also all of the stands are now 9:05 now. Before it was 9:07, now it's 9:05. 15 minutes per bus for a 9:05. 9:05 service. Honestly, they could have just continued running it to Perth for the 9:08. Like, what's the problem with that, to be honest? A 9:05 on the outside. For replacement, 3391. All of these Welsh pool ones going on. Actually, it's mostly Welsh pool buses actually on it today for the 9:05. I don't know whether I guess some Worley ones we see now. If they actually closes it in the future during weekends, 9:05 will have to stop at Perth Stadium. But this is a weekday, so we're not stopping at Perth Stadium. So yes, if they usually they will probably do maintenance on weekends. When they do it on weekends, the bus again needs to loop inside, right there. Not right there at the front. You need to loop into the car park stop, which normally the 907 would do during weekend shutdowns. I got a hop-on bus, Perth Explorer, which usually just turns right here into there to do a quick loop on the Perth Stadium, but we don't do it today because we're not looping. Did that change to 905? It's way too far for me to see, but at Perth Stadium. Onto the highway. Next station, Claisebrook. Which is literally the same, but we just have more loops because of getting back into the correct direction. Yep, no trains are running. Yesterday was packed of people on the stadium trains, but today no more. Pretty full bus actually considering. Any 51 on the other side? Well, sure there will be, but wow, this is cool. Never actually filmed it. This is like this, right next to the train tracks. There goes 51 on the outside, didn't see the number too fast going through. Claisebrook Depot, like almost all the A series are inside today, except the ones going on to Midland Line. Yesterday night, the last service for Armadale Line, it was actually meant to be a B series because actually the driver of that last service was an enthusiast, and he wanted to actually take a B series out to drive for the last service. But the stupid thing is, at the wrong time, the B series that he took out died in the middle of the journey. So I ended off just have to call over another driver, and of course you know what happened with the other driver. Of course he's just going to use an A series. So unfortunate. It could have been a B series, but it's just the worst timing for the B series to die down. Oh man. Right next is Claisebrook. From here it's just literally the same path as the other ones. And also all of the stands in the city of the train replacement have been switched to 905 now. I'm very hungry. I want to eat that Betty's Burgers actually right behind Wellington Square. Mark is there in the city, so that's why. I don't know what he's doing right now. Is he taking a 905 or is he waiting for me to go there first, or? So I can wait for him to come back and do the 221 later on. I'll just take the 221. Now, he has driven this section. I've taken his 901 before. But I don't know whether he's used to driving the Armadale Line sections. Considering Armadale Line replacement is always Swan for the 907. But now 907 is just a limited stops, not a train replacement anymore. Now, all of the Hong Kong bus videos that I will film back in Hong Kong will be premiered slowly but surely throughout the next year when I return to Perth. Just like the MTR Station series, but I'll just do every other week for the Hong Kong bus journeys and also MTR Station series. And the driver made an announcement, Claisebrook. Only front door exit. And yes, the stand on there is 905 now. It's perfect. Exactly what it is. Claisebrook, next is McIver, basically following the exact same path all the way to the city. We just terminate outside Perth Station. Which all the 907, due to the fact that they usually go to Perth Busport, but during the middle of the day they don't do that. So that's why all the trips during the middle of the day counts as a deviating trip. While the ones at the end of the day, they will count as just a limited stops, not a deviating trip. Like, what the hell? Why not just call the Perth Station ones actually as not deviating? Why does rail to Cannington Station as not deviating, and then the ones go to Perth Busport as deviating, you know? I'd rather they do that. I mean, actually, no. Then that's just stupid, because on weekends, they just all of the trips would be deviating trips then. Then why not just call both of them as not deviating, you know? Cat over there. And now we just continue our way. Rail turns left, which is just a normal path. It's normal. I wonder what would happen if they actually have other train replacement. Like, they're not already having enough buses for the stuff, and they still have, like, when they need to do other train replacement, that's just going to be ridiculous, isn't it? Considering when they need to do 901 and 902 at the same time, like, what? I'm quite hungry, so let's just go. Okay, road blockade over here. We're back on Wellington Street already. 221 going, Arctic again. And Wellington Street. Now just go over to Perth Station. Now understanding more about the contractors. Tomorrow I'll go down to, later on we'll go down to Armadale to check out the contractors. Will the 519 also get changed? That's the biggest problem. I want to see whether 519 also get changed. I don't think so. But 529 is Transdev. 519 front, I think should be still Swan Transit. But some of the routes that just go slightly off the main stations on the Coburn Central, Open Grove, those things are all by Transdev now. They have been swapped. So that's why 527, 537, all these have been swapped to Transdev. So that's why Swan lost, and there's 905 on the stand. So next is Perth Station. Not a very short one. I don't know whether Mark boarded a 905 or not yet. Or maybe he's still there or something. Maybe he's spotting buses, I'm not so sure. I can spot buses actually, but I probably won't. Probably do bus spotting next year or something, like last time. But I probably spot at Canning Bus Station, along Wellington Street here, and also maybe at Armadale or something, but Armadale's kind of lame to be honest. Double cat on the outside, 2 and 3, and 51, 1685. And for sure that we stop here. 221 at the front, 907, 2510, not too bad. 3140 at the front, 22221. Very, very new bus. 2000 over there for 42. And again, like before with the middle line shutdown, completely packed over here. Oh, now 905 they put it on to with the High Wycombe train replacement over there. And they put 907 on stand 4, which is basically the train replacement before, but now they put 907 on there for real. Is it the last stop? Yeah. During the middle of the day, we won't drive down to the Busport. Alright, here we are. At Perth Station, getting off time. 905 train replacement, 3387. And it would just drive into the Busport for a loop to come back out. I already saw it, some of them. Literally drove from this entrance and then get out from the other entrance and it just turned like the cat, like the yellow cat does. Well, there it goes. We drive into the Busport now and do a turn back. So, well, that's the new train replacement number, 905, 3112, 980 here. That's the new number, 905 train replacement, which will be here for 2 years. So, whenever it runs. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe, click the bell so that you can get notifications when I post. Check out the links in the description down below for my other channels and my Instagram. Click on this video at the top, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!